Hey Starseeds! So today we're going to be making these very delicious roasted potatoes that are going to be garlicky and herby and crispy on the outside and mouth-wateringly soft on the inside. Now for you Canadians out there, my Canadian friends, I know that you're celebrating Thanksgiving this weekend. It's actually my birthday on Thanksgiving Day, so I'm also going to be making lunch. And one of the things I'm going to be making is going to be these roasted potatoes, and I can't wait to share this recipe with you. So let's get right into the recipe, starting off with some potatoes that I already peeled. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your potato and you're just gonna cut it like so, and then again like this. So you get nice little cubed chunks, very easy. So now that our potatoes are nicely cut up into cubes, we need our pot of boiling water. Okay, so we, now that our water is boiling, are going to add in half a teaspoon of salt. Now remember that if you're gonna add salt when your water is not boiling, this is actually gonna slow down the boiling process. So you always wanna add your salt once your water has reached the boil. So we're gonna add in half a teaspoon of sea salt. And we're gonna go ahead and add in half a teaspoon of baking soda. Now I know it's weird, like why are we cooking oops, I flicked the salt all over why are we cooking potatoes in baking soda? Well, that's a great question, but the baking soda is going to sort of make the outer layer of the potato sort of what it does is it's gonna break down the outer layer of the potato so that we're gonna get a nice crispy outer layer later on when we bake it, okay? So we're adding in half, if I can get it, a teaspoon of baking soda. And now we're just going to add in all of our potatoes. And guys, don't worry about how much water you're going to add in. All you have to do is just know that your potatoes should be fully submerged in water, okay? So just make sure that you put a lot of water in there. So I am going to boil these. And remember, you're adding the potatoes once the water is boiled. From that point, you're going to boil them for 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes max, until you see that when you put a fork inside the potato, it's nice and soft, okay? So once your potatoes are tender and you've boiled them for about 10 to 15 minutes, then you're just going to strain them and just rough them up a bit like so. Just a little bit. See how you can see a bit that it's a bit mashed and a bit broken down? That's what we want. And now what we're gonna do is take some olive oil. Now you do want a generous amount of olive oil here. Okay, and now we're going to take our potatoes and just plop them in. Make sure that they're all in one layer, okay? Woo, steaming up. So what we're gonna do is just gently make sure that they are not overlapping one another, but just in a nice single layer. Okay, so now what we're going to do before we pop these in the oven is we're going to sprinkle on some sea salt, a generous amount, of course. And a little bit of pepper, rather. Pepper. And these are going to go into the oven at 190 degrees Celsius for about 45 minutes. So we are going to be making a garlicky herby sauce after the potatoes are baked. So what we're gonna do is we are going to roast our garlic. So that means you're gonna take a whole head of garlic. You're going to cut off the ends. Need some strength. So you're gonna cut off the ends so that you can actually see the cloves. The cloves are a bit exposed, okay? And then you're going to cover it with olive oil and then wrap it in some foil. And this is going to caramelize the garlic, and they're going to actually steam and cook in their own skin, which is going to be, so it's going to give such a sweet flavor to our sauce. So you're just going to scrumple it up like a little package, and this is gonna go in the oven as well with potatoes for about 30 minutes. So make sure you remove it after 30 minutes. There's nothing like the smell of roasted garlic wafting through the house. So this has been roasting for about 30 minutes, and ideally you should let your garlic cool before handling it, but I don't have that kind of patience right now. So what we're gonna do is squeeze out each garlic clove like so. See that? And basically you have to do this for all the cloves. So what we're gonna do now is mash the garlic cloves, combine it with butter and herbs, and just melt it on low heat. Okay, so now with a fork, you're just gonna mash up these soft, luscious garlic cloves. Okay, and we're gonna set this aside, and then we're going to get our parsley, and we're just going to chop it up and get it ready, because this is also going in the sauce. There we go. Just trying to avoid the stems. That's perfect. This is such soft parsley. This is organic parsley that I'm using. And then also, we're going to be using thyme, fresh thyme. So how I love to just remove the cute little stems from the thyme is just, oops, like so. Slide all of the leaves off. It's pretty easy. Except when the stem breaks, then it's not easy. Now that we cut up everything, we're going to place it in a saucepan and just mix everything about and make the sauce, okay? So you're gonna start off with some butter. You can use vegan butter, and you can actually use as much butter as you like. There are really no measurements to the sauce recipe, okay? So butter goes in. Just gonna let that melt. But along with that butter, we're going to be adding in the roasted garlic. So that's also gonna go in there. Like so. Oh yes, this smells delicious. And this is what's gonna go all over our roasted, crunchy on the outside and melt in your mouth on the inside potatoes once they're ready and out of the oven. So I'm just giving that a quick little stir. It's a very easy sauce to make. And now we're just going to add in some parsley. Gotta put your herbs in. And also I'm just gonna add in a couple leaves of fresh oregano. I love fresh oregano. And some sprigs of thyme, which I love. You can choose any kind of herbs that you like. Whatever herbs you have on hand, you guys can change the recipe around. I encourage you. So that's it. Now we're just going to give it a mix. Smells so good. And you don't want to cook this sauce for too long because it is going to go over these very hot potatoes. So you want the herbs to stay fresh. So we're just going to turn this off. And now all we have to do is wait for the potatoes to come out of the oven. Okay, so it's been 45 minutes and I just removed my potatoes from the oven. They're not done. What we're gonna do is give them a little flip, okay? Oh my God, they look so good and they smell amazing. Just wait until we put all of that garlic sauce on these. So we're just moving them around a bit. All right, and now these are going in for another 25 minutes until they're nice and golden brown. Let's do it. So as you can hear, my potatoes are sizzling and ready to go with the sauce, okay? So what we're gonna do is we are just going to pour on all of this buttered garlic and herb sauce. And we're just going to mix it up. Just mix it all together. Guys, this just is making me very, very hungry. Delicious. So what we're gonna do is plate the potatoes, and then what my favorite part is of this recipe is that we are going to sprinkle it with some more herbs and then crumble some vegan feta on top. Vegan feta, that's right. Here in Cyprus, that's one thing that I'm really proud of, that they actually have vegan feta cheese, which tastes pretty good. So what we're gonna do is sprinkle a little bit of sea salt on top of these potatoes. Oh yes. And then a little bit of chopped thyme, oregano, fresh thyme, fresh oregano. Like this. And then we have a small chunk of Greek feta here. And what I'm going to do is just crumble it up like this with my hands. And just let all of these delicious crumbles fall onto the potatoes. And this will give it a very nice salty kick as well, and really nice texture. So I made some cranberry sauce, and you can totally have this with your roasted garlicky herby potatoes. It's gonna be delicious. So I'm just going to place a little bit. Here you go. I'm going in. The sharpness of the vegan feta, against the garlicky, buttery, herby potatoes, and also the sweet and sour of the cranberry sauce. It's delicious, guys. I think you guys are really gonna like this dish. Oh yes, perfection. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. And if you make it for Thanksgiving, I hope you message me, leave a comment down below, and let me know how you like these garlicky, herby, delicious potatoes with feta. So, if you haven't subscribed, I hope you guys subscribe, because I am here every single Wednesdays and Sundays giving you plant-based goodness. So I'll see you guys next time for the next recipe.